Good evening everyone. After a long time again we are going to have a English class in our Lezend Institute. So hope you are all doing well. So it's a very good time to see you all again in the Lezend Institute. So personally actually I just want to say you one thing. I'm not feeling well. So if you have any problem with my voice or with any of my words, you can comment in the comment section. And another thing is I will teach you everything only in English today. Especially these 25 questions are very important. I am not going to use Telugu because I am not that much comfortable to use Telugu, and especially I am not well. So definitely my tone, my accent, my speed, everything will be very slow. So each Telugu student and obviously all English students, everyone can understand in English. So I'll teach you very slowly, so no problem to you at all. So actually today's English question paper is really somewhat we could say it is an odd question paper, because general topics in English are different, but today whatever you got in our question paper is completely different. In our today's question paper, generally it comprised of clauses, then next articles, then next prepositions. Actually in our question paper we have covered these three things, okay, and all these three things are very important, very important. So prepositions are very important in any competitive exam, articles are also very important in any competitive exam, and clauses is absolutely our topic where you should have a complete knowledge about this, okay. So that is why I told you the question paper is completely odd. I hope so you have done it well, but whatever it may be, so I am going to give you the explanation for all these three topics in a perfect manner, okay. So first of all,
pages first look. Bulletin, okay.
yeah, so we have got the three topics, okay. So in that the very first question you got is all about the clauses, okay. Generally you should know what is a clause, what is a phrase, and what is a sentence. What is a sentence? There's a lot of difference between clause, phrase and a sentence. So sentence everyone knows and everyone says a simple definition like, so a sentence is one thing which gives a meaningful, where we get a complete information and which is a meaningful one. Or else generally is a sentence will have subject plus verb plus object, or a predicate also we could say, okay. That is generally a sentence. Then coming to phrase, it is a group of words, okay. So phrase is nothing but it is just only a group of words, okay. And coming to clause, so in clause you will have subject and verb, but the case is in some clauses will make a complete thought and some clauses will make incomplete thought. Incomplete thought means what? You will not get complete information, and in some clauses you will get complete information, okay. That is a clause. So and clause is a part of the sentence. The main difference is sentence is a subject plus verb plus predicate or object you will have, and you will get a complete information. Whereas clause is a part of the sentence. It is not the sentence, it is part of the sentence. That is the main difference between sentence and a clause. Okay. So these are the definitions where you should understand before entering into that. Okay. So now in clauses we have different types. Okay, in clauses we have different types. In that, so these are the different type of clauses. Noun clause is one type, adverb clause is one type, adjective clause is one type, and this is another infinitive clause. Okay, and in a clause also we have main clause. In a clause we will have main clause and we will have subordinate clause. This is also called as independent clause, and this is also called as dependent clause. Dependent clause. Main clause is called as independent clause, subordinate clause is called dependent clause. Okay, so these are the things. In this, so noun clause, adverb clause, adjective clause, in a very simplest manner I am going to say you. Okay, so the very simple manner is, so noun clause, adverb, adjective. So before that, what is a noun? So a noun is nothing but which says about person or a thing or an animal. Okay, so name of a person or name of an animal or name of a thing. Okay, what is an adverb? It adds information either about adjective or about verb. So in adverb only there are two things. Add means adjective, either it says about adjective or it says about the verb. That is adverb. And adjective is nothing but it adds or it says the quality of a noun. Okay, so these are the general definitions of noun, adverb and adjective. So here clause is added means what I told. Clause is a part of the sentence, which means noun clause says about the noun, adverb clause says about the adverb, adjective clause says about the adjective. Means noun clause acts as a noun, adverb clause acts as a adverb, adjective clause acts as a adjective. Okay, so these are the part of the sentences, works as same. Noun clause talks about noun only, adverb clause talks about adverb only, adjective clause talks about adjective only. Okay, so what can you tell me about what he has done this year? Actually this is an interrogative sentence, but here if you see the options are related to the clauses. Okay, so the first question itself is a complicated question. Okay, so what can you, so here you is a pronoun. Okay, and me and he. Okay, so what can you tell me? Okay, let us break out here. And next, what he has done this year. So here he and you. So these are all talking about a single person. So person is what? Noun. So name of a person is not mentioned here, but the sentence is talking about a person. So what type of clause we could say now? So as the sentence is completely talking about the same person, or it is talking about the person, so that is why we could say that this is a noun clause. So here it is completely acting as a noun. This noun clause is okay. So this noun clause is completely acting as a noun and it is explaining about noun only. Okay, so the first answer is noun clause. Okay, so next question. An adjective clause is usually introduced by. So now adjective clause. So an adjective clause is usually introduced by. So adjective clause. So adjective clause, I already told you adjective clause acts like an adjective, okay, which is a part of the sentence. So here adjective clause is usually introduced by a subordinate clause, subordinate conjunction, adjective clause or relative pronoun. So subordinate conjunction. In conjunctions there are two types of conjunctions, subordinate conjunction and coordinate conjunctions you will have, and some other types of conjunctions also will have it, okay. And subordinate clause means what I already told you. In a clause there are two types, one is main clause and the other one is subordinate clause, okay. Next, relative pronoun. So what is a relative pronoun, you should know. So what is a relative pronoun? So relative pronoun is nothing but it relates either the position or the place, okay. So relative pronouns are generally, so in shortcut I am saying all double H type of questions. So generally double H questions means what? When, why, where, what, which, whenever, wherever, whom, who. So generally these are all comes under double H questions. Generally double H questions, in double H questions we generally include how, okay, we generally include how, okay. But coming to relative pronoun, instead of how we use that. So all double H type and that. So these all comes under relative pronouns. This is the simplest trick where you could learn easily. So relative pronoun is nothing but all double H questions including that. So generally in double H questions we include how, but instead of how we have to use that. So those are relative pronouns, okay. Then adjective clause, noun clause, already I have explained you in the before question only, okay. So now let us see, an adjective clause is usually introduced by a, so subordinate clause. What is subordinate clause? I already told you. So either it is a main clause or subordinate clause. Subordinate clause is also called as dependent clause. So either it is used by it is introduced by a subordinate clause means independent clause, okay. Subordinate clause means it's a dependent clause, main clause means independent clause, means this adjective clause is introduced by subordinate clause or else subordinate conjunction. What are subordinate conjunctions? Like we have many subordinate conjunctions, although, though, before, after, okay, whenever, wherever, whichever or whatever, like this, so on. We have subordinating conjunctions, okay. So means subordinate conjunction means here are the sentences are introduced by these, or either it is used or it is introduced by a dependent clause, or generally it is introduced by a relative pronoun, or adjective clause means here see adjective clause, this is the same thing, you got it, okay. So as you got the same, generally you can strike it off this option. Why? Because here the question and the option you got same thing, okay, so that you can generally cut it off. So now we got three options. So out of these three options, so subordinate conjunctions these are. So adjective clause is not introduced by subordinate conjunction. So this is wrong answer. And subordinate clause means what? It is in clause, it is just one type of clause, okay. In subordinate clause means in a clause it is just one type of clause, okay. So that is why this option is also wrong. So the correct answer is relative pronoun. So adjective clause is introduced by a relative pronoun. So relative pronouns I already told, all double H questions including that, okay. So just we have to delete how and we have to add that. Those are called as relative pronouns, okay. And relative pronouns are very important topic. So direct shortcut, I told you the best shortcut ever you could find. So all double H questions including that is relative pronoun. There won't be any other relative pronoun other than what I told you. You can check anywhere else, okay. So this is the answer. Next, a main clause. So here comes, already I told you in a clause you have two parts. One is main clause and the other one is subordinate clause. So clause is having two parts. One is main clause, other one is subordinate clause. So main clause is also called as independent clause. And subordinate clause is called as dependent clause. Okay? Dependent clause. So in a main clause, here what are the options? Consists of comma or else has a subject and predicate and can stand alone as a sentence, or lacks a predicate or has a subject and a predicate. So in a main clause what you will have? Subject plus verb plus object you will have, and main clause can act as a sentence. It can stand by its own. So it has a subject, it has a verb, okay, it has an object, or else even though this subject plus or verb plus it can stand, means it conveys a complete meaning. So here this is called as a main clause. Subordinate clause means it depends, okay, it is completely dependent on the independent clause. So here in subordinate clause what happens? It won't convey the complete meaning. Complete thought won't be expressed in the subordinate clause. Okay? So it is always dependent on main clause. Subordinate clause always depends on the main clause. Okay? Whereas main clause does not depend on the subordinate clause. Okay? Why? Because main clause, we are clearly saying that it is independent. Independent means what? It is not depending on anything. Whereas subordinate clause is also called as dependent. Means dependent means it is always depending on others. Like what? Main clause. Okay. So a main clause. So as I told you, in a main clause you will have subject, you will have verb and you will have object. Or else subject, verb, and it can convey the complete thought. So has a subject and predicate and can stand alone as a sentence. Okay. So this is a main clause. So the example is Ronaldo kicked the ball. Ronaldo kicked the football. So see here, what is Ronaldo? Subject. So what is Ronaldo? Subject. What is kicked? Verb. The football is the predicate or the object. So here Ronaldo kicked the football. So it has a subject, it has a verb and it can stand alone. Means here Ronaldo kicked the football. Did you get the complete information? Yes, you got the complete information. Okay. So this sentence is expressing a complete thought and it is not dependent on any other sentences. So here you got a complete information. It is expressing a complete thought. So these sort of things comes under a main clause. Okay. So in clause you have two parts. One is main clause and subordinate clause. So in main clause this is the structure of a main clause. So this is the example. Okay. So the answer is 2, option 2. Next one. So actually this is Arun. Actually it's a typo mistake. It is not Arun, it is a run. It is a run. Okay. So this is a run sentences, not Arun. Actually here you got as Arun, but this is a run on sentences. Okay. So a run on sentences, option 2. It has 2 or more complete sentence written as though they were one sentence. Such sentence is called as a run-on sentence. A run-on sentence means 2 or more complete sentences. 2 or more complete sentences means 2 or more independent clauses. So 2 or more independent clauses written as one sentence. So such sentences are called as a run-on sentence. This is generally a different type of question, completely related to clauses only. So clauses topic you should have a complete idea. So generally clauses topic, generally most of the students or they don't concentrate much on the clauses topic. but compulsory you have to concentrate on the clauses topic. So I'm really happy to explain you this type of topic, and I'm sharing my knowledge with you, because these are the odd topics where no one can teach, or where the students also won't come across these topics. But here today I'm going to explain this sort of topics. I'm really happy, and whoever are going live, so really feel lucky that you are going to have this sort of things in the live class. Okay, so this is a run-on sentence. So the thing is this one. Okay, so these are all the wrong options, only the option is 2. Next question. So A has main clause and at least one subordinate clause. Here A has means generally a clause has. So here also question deficiency is there. So question deficiency is there. So here a clause has. So one main clause is there, it seems. One main clause is there and at least one subordinate clause is there, it seems. Okay. So generally you will have simple sentence, next compound sentence, complex sentences. In sentences there are 3 type of sentences will be. Okay, simple sentence, complex sentence, third one is compound sentence. Okay, so in simple sentence you will have only one main clause. You will have only one main clause, that's it. In complex sentence you will have one main clause, 2 or more subordinate clauses you will have. 1 or more, 2 or more subordinate clauses, but only one main clause you will have in complex sentence. In compound, 2 main clauses, 1 or more subordinate clause. Generally 2 main clauses you will get, 1 subordinate clause you will get. 1. Okay, so subordinate clause will be 1, 2 main clauses will be. So such sentences are compound sentences. Complex sentences means only one main clause will be, 2 or more subordinate clauses will be there, and in simple sentence you will have only one main clause. So now I think so you have got the answer. Okay, so these are all the types you should know, then you can easily answer. So now what is the question? One main clause. So one main clause, at least one subordinate clause, at least one subordinate clause. So here 1, 2 or more, any subordinate clauses. In compound, compulsory 2 main clauses should be there. So here the rule which is satisfying this question is complex sentence. So the option is what? 4, complex sentence. Okay. So in types of sentences you will have 3 types of sentences. So simple, complex, compound. Simple is this, compound, complex. Okay, so this is the answer. Next one. Now the woman for whom I work, this is not for, this is FOR, for, typing mistake. So the woman for whom I work does medical research. Okay, so here the woman and I. So here the woman is a person and I is a person. The woman for whom I work. So whom is nothing but this is a relative pronoun. Okay, so this is a relative pronoun. So I think so you got the answer now. So this is the sentence, relative pronoun. This sentence is combined with a relative pronoun. So the sentence is combined with a relative pronoun means what we discussed just before, adjective clause is introduced by a relative pronoun. So here the answer is adjective clause. So whom is a relative pronoun and the sentence is introduced with a relative pronoun. So the woman. So adjective clause is what? Adjective. What is the function of adjective? Adjective explains about the quality of a noun. Quality of a noun. he is a fat boy or she is a thin girl. So means what? The quality of a noun is being explained by the adjective. So here the woman, this is a noun. Okay. For whom I work. So here working. Working for whom? Working for the person. Okay. So here whom is a relative pronoun. So this is explaining about the noun. About the noun. So generally this is an adjective clause introduced by a relative pronoun. So the answer is adjective clause. Okay. So see here, phrase you got, phrase. Phrase means what? Just words only. No sentences. Phrase means only words. So here this is a sentence. So directly phrase means I already told you it's a group of words. So directly you can cancel these options. Then the question is adjective clause or adverb clause. Adverb clause means adjective and verb should be there. And generally it should act like an adverb. But here that is not the case. So whom is a relative pronoun. I already told you who, whom, when, which, what, where. So all WH including that. So two sentences are introduced by relative pronoun. So that is why this is adjective clause. Okay. Next. Yeah. So now clauses topics completed. Clauses questions are completed. So now you are going to get the article questions. So article, generally most of the people think that article is an easy topic, but it is not so. Why? Because in articles what you have to know is usages and some special cases and where you should not use. Here usages you have to know. Special cases you have to know, and omission of article. Omission of article means where the article is not at all used. And a, an or the. So these three articles are not at all used. Okay. So all these things you have to know. First is usage of articles. So next is special case of articles, and another thing is omission of articles. So generally it seems like an easy topic, but it is a complicated topic and it's a vast topic. And articles, so compulsory mandatory question in any sort of competitive exam, you will get about the articles. Okay. And especially here, generally to answer article with one fill in the blank is only a most confusion topic. That is only a difficult one, but here in articles you got 3 fill in the blanks. This is damn crazy question. Okay, so that's why I told you should know, you should have a complete knowledge about the articles. So generally to fill one blank in articles only, it's generally quite confusing one. Here you got all 2, 2, 3, 3 dashes, so you have to look for lot of rules, lot of things. Okay, so let us find out. So generally a or an is indefinite article. Okay, so a or an is an indefinite article and the is called as definite article. Okay, so in articles we have 3 things, a and the. In that a or an is indefinite and the is definite. So here only we are clearly saying that the definite means only for definite, the known things. The definite things we will use the. And a or an indefinite, a girl. A girl means generally we are not mentioning the name of the girl or name of anything. We are not saying a girl. Girl means girl. So girl is a common noun or a proper noun? It's a common noun. Girl is a common noun. If we mention any name, then it comes as a proper noun. Okay. So that's why a or an is indefinite and the is definite. So here cigarette. And another thing, so while explaining the topic we can go for many things. So okay, general rules I am going to say you. So a or an indefinite. So a is used for countable noun. An is used for uncountable noun. Okay. A is used for countable noun, an is used for uncountable noun. And another thing is a is used with consonant sound and an is used with vowel sound. Okay, this is the most important thing. So a is used with countable noun and consonant sound, and an is used with uncountable noun, okay, and vowel sound. So these are the general criteria rule for articles. Okay, and that can be used for countable and uncountable, and there is no specification of sounding for the. Okay, so now cigarette is a countable noun or uncountable noun? Countable noun. Okay, cigarette. So it is what sort of sounding you are getting? Vowel sounding or consonant sounding? It is a consonant sounding, and it is a countable noun. Okay, so the first option we could get is A. Okay, so right here A. So A, X. So only what happened here? A is there in all the three options, whereas in fourth option you did not get. So let us delete this fourth option. Okay, so next thing is a cigarette is made of. So what you got? Tobacco, paper. So what is tobacco and what is paper? Generally under under what sort of category you get tobacco and paper? Tobacco and paper are generally materials. Okay, so generally they are tobacco and paper are materials. Okay, so before material nouns we should not use any article. Okay, so that is why I told you, you should know the usage, you should know the omission, and you should know the special case. Okay, so here article is not included. Okay, so article is not included, so that is why XX. So before material nouns you should not use any sort of article. Okay, you should not use any sort of article, and cigarette is a countable noun and it is a consonant sounding, so A. So the answer is AXX. Okay, so this is the answer. Now, knowledge of Macaulay was wide. Macaulay, do you know who is this Macaulay? Is an important person. This Macaulay has only introduced English to our India. So under British rule, so this Macaulay is the one who introduced English to our India. Okay, so Macaulay. Okay, whatever it is, I am not going to teach any history or whatever. So let us come to English. So knowledge of Macaulay was wide. So knowledge, so generally knowledge is what? It is an abstract noun. Okay, so here before abstract nouns also generally we should not use articles, but this is a special case. Here you have to use article. Okay, so which type of article? The. So the, here the is there, the is there. Okay, so here the knowledge of Macaulay. So before proper nouns we should not use article. Okay, so quite confusing. So that is why you should know the usages, omission of articles. Okay, so here actually knowledge is an abstract noun. What is mean by abstract noun? The things which we cannot see. Okay, which we cannot, which we cannot see but can only feel, is generally an abstract noun. Okay, so like kindness, sympathy, friendship, love. So these are all the things which we can only feel but we cannot see. Okay, so likewise here knowledge, wisdom also one such type. But this is the special case, knowledge, so used in one particular type of sentence. Okay, so that is why the knowledge of Macaulay. So Macaulay is what? Is a person. The person name. So before proper nouns we should not use article. We have to omit the article. So that is why the answer is the comma X. Okay. So articles, whenever you want to learn articles, again and again I am saying you have to look at three things: usage of articles, special cases of articles, and omission of articles. So these three things you have to know, then only you will get a complete knowledge of articles. Okay? Next. So he has come without umbrella. So umbrella, ena, ana, dana, no article. So umbrella is generally what? Singular noun. Okay? So singular means, let us consider like it's a countable noun. And sounding is what? Sounding is consonant sounding only. It is not vowel sounding. It started with vowel, but the sounding is consonant sound. So we have to select the article based upon the sound, not on the vowel what it is starting. So A, E, I, O, U are generally the vowels. Okay? But we should not consider the vowel with which it is starting. We have to consider the sound. Okay? So umbrella is a countable noun. It's a countable noun. And it is also making a consonant sound. So countable noun, consonant sound. Okay? He has come without a umbrella. He has come without a umbrella. Okay, so A. So the option is that one. Wait. He has come without. He has come without an umbrella here. An umbrella. Okay, let me tell you why. See, this is what the articles will confuse you. So here he has come without an umbrella. Okay. Here it is starting with, okay, A, E, I, O, U, U. But here it is countable noun only. Okay, it is countable noun. But the thing is, so for A, generally countable noun and consonant sound. For an, uncountable noun or countable noun and vowel sounding. Okay? But here, see, A is there, an is there. So here actually U is considered as a semi-vowel. Okay? So generally it is considered as a semi-vowel. So that is why here in this case, so after reading the question again I got it. So he has come without an umbrella. Here you will get an. Okay? Why? Because here U is considered as a semi-vowel. Okay? So for this answer is an. Okay? Not A. So for this the answer is an. Okay? Next. Yeah, again you got university. So U only. So university job is always challenging. Yes. Here 100% the answer is A only without any confusion. Why? Because so here U is acting as a semi-vowel and moreover it is sounding with consonant sound. Okay? Consonant sound and university is a, here they are mentioning about a single university. So that is why a university job is always challenging but not an university job. Okay? No doubt. So this is a university job is always challenging. This is the right answer. Okay? Next. Aditya was dash first to read the book. Yeah. So A, an, or the. So I already told you you have to use the, you have to learn the usages. So the answer is the. Why? Because what is first? First is an ordinal number. Ordinal number. Ordinal number means first, second, third, fourth, fifth, like that we have ordinal numbers, right? So before ordinal numbers, compulsory you have to use the only. I mean, that is the usage of the. Before ordinal numbers you have to use the. So as I know the usage, directly I picked the answer. Okay, so there is nothing else because I know the usages. So before ordinal numbers we have to use the. So this is the answer. Now, so Mr. Rao became dash principal of the college in 2005. So now principal. So answer me first. Principal means either it may be a masculine gender or a feminine gender. Means either it may be a sir or it may be a madam. So exactly we don't know the gender here. Okay. So as we exactly don't know the gender, so 100% the answer is no article is required. So Mr. Rao become principal of the college in 2005. That's it. Okay. Here Mr. Rao. So here masculine gender it is mentioned. Okay. Mr. Rao become principal of the college in 2005. So for this no article is required. So Mr. Rao became a principal of the college, or Mr. Rao became an principal, or Mr. Rao became the principal of the college. So here no article is required. So directly uttered Mr. Rao became principal of the college. So principal, as this is this particular word, before this particular word, as this is not mentioning any proper gender. Here you have, but here there is no proper gender mentioned. So that is why. So no article is required. Before this particular word, no article is required. Okay. So no article is required. That's the answer. Now you can write the examination. I think so. The options you got are wrong here. You can write the examination. Here you have to get actually the prepositions. Bhaiya, afa, inna, or vitta. Like this, actually these should be the options, or any of the prepositions. Not exactly this, or any of the prepositions you have to get. But for this the options given are wrong. You can write the examination. In black ink is the answer. Okay, but here you got the options completely wrong. A and the no article is required you got. These are not the correct options. So generally you have to get the preposition options. The right answer is in black ink. So direct answer I am saying you. So you can write the examination in black ink. That is the answer. Yeah. So actually that is also preposition question. So from here prepositions are going to be started. So clauses completed, articles completed, now prepositions started. So there the options have printed wrong. So that is the thing. Now the carpet is made of. Why of only? Why? Because always made of. This is a prepositional phrase. Made is always used with of. Made of. Like that generally, not only made of, made in. So generally Vivo is made in China, iPhone is made in America. Like that generally we will say, right? So made of, made in, made up, like this prepositional, what is this? Made of. So this is a preposition and this is a verb. Okay. So these things are used with certain preposition only. Okay. So that is why the carpet is a thing. So thing is generally made of. For things we have to use made of. Okay. So like that the carpet is made of expensive wood. Okay, so here wood is a material, like that. So the carpet is made of, you have to use. Okay, so made in mobile means Vivo is made in mobile, like that. So made in, made with, these are all prepositional phrases. Okay, or else we could say phrasal verbs also we could say. Phrasal verb means what? Verb, preposition plus verb is called as a phrasal verb. See, made is a verb, of is a preposition. Okay, so the combination of preposition and verb is called as a phrasal verb. So there are so many phrasal verb usages will be there. So made of. So if you know the usages of the phrasal verbs, then you can understand. So the carpet, this is a thing, and that is also thing, so made of. So for those things we have to use made of only. So the carpet is made of expensive wood. Okay, like that. Next, here we should abide to, for, on or by the traffic rules. So we should abide by the traffic rules. So generally by is used for what? So by means generally it will express the nearness. So if anything is which is near, or generally, so generally we use by. So we should abide by the traffic rules, but here it is not expressing the nearness or not. So here we should abide by ante kattubadi undadam. By, I should abide by. Okay, abide by. So that is also again phrasal verb, abide by. Okay, so that is why we have to use by only, not any other thing. Okay, we should abide by the traffic rules. Here see these prepositions also I told you, no, you have to use, you have to learn the usages of each preposition. Each preposition usage you have to learn, then only these things will be clear. Okay, what is the usage of on, what is the usage of for, what is the usage of to, you have to learn that usages, and then you can become an expert in using the prepositions. Okay, next, he is addicted to drugs. He is addicted to. Okay, he is addicted to drugs. So he is addicted to drugs. So usage of to you have to know. Then you can understand why here I have selected to. He is addicted to. Addicted to. Again this is also a phrasal verb. So addicted to. Addicted to ante he got habituated. So addicted to means only we get the phrasal verb meaning is addicted to means got habituated. So addicted to, got habituated. So got habituated kabate here I use it addicted to. Addicted by means what? Got influenced. So not that. Addicted of, this is also. So each phrasal verb is having a different usage. So addicted to means got habituated. So he got habituated to drugs. So he is addicted to drugs. Next, I want to apologize for my rude behavior. For. So for is like, so I want to apologize for my rude behavior. So at is used for time. Okay, at 9 p.m, at 10 p.m, or at Hanamkonda, or at Mehabad. Okay, like that. For places it is used. By I already told you. And to is also for to is like for time we can use, and for other things we can use to. So you have to learn the usages. So I want to apologize for. So for my rude behavior. So for is the answer. Next, you should attend dash your ailing mother. On your ailing mother. Why? Because why I used on is used for date, place, time, or generally everyone knows. But on special case, special usage is relationship. Okay, for relationships also we will use on. That is the direct usage of on. So as I know the usages, I am conveying you. So you have to learn the usages. So on is used to not only along with the date, time, place, like that. On is also used for relations. So your mother is there. So that is why for relations we have to use on. Okay. Next, what has been accused? They are all phrasal verbs accused with, for, to, of. But the right answer is of. What has been accused of? Okay. So why only of? I already told you. Accused of. This is a phrasal verb. So what has been accused of? So phrasal verb correct usage is accused of. We will use with accused of only. Okay. So what has been accused with? With means it has a again separate meaning. So accused for. For means deni kosam. With means what has been accused with means with what thing or with what, like that. So accused to. To means like to what, like that we will get. So what has been accused of? Of means it covers everything. Why? So what has been accused of, like that you will get. This is also phrasal verb. So that is why in this case again you have to use what has been accused of. OF of. Okay. Next. We dash to see a film right now. So direct answer. We want to see a film right now. This is a tense question. So we want to see a film right now. So we wanted is comes under past. We will want is a future. We are wanting. That is completely wrong. So to see a film right now. Now. So now is there. So now means what? Present tense only. They are talking about present tense. So will want means a future. Wanted means a past. Wanting means it is continuous. So want present tense. So that is why want. Very simple question. Next, the birds dash before the hunter could catch them. Yeah. Flew were flying had flown did fly. The birds had flown before the hunter could catch them. Why? Because this is in if clauses generally you will have three types of clauses. Okay. First one is possible. Third one is impossible. Second one is probable. Okay. Possible, probable, impossible. So the birds had flown before the hunter could catch them. So this is actually, but here if clause it did not start with if, but this is such type of question only. The birds. So for every this type of thing you will have a special structure for this. For every if clause, for every condition. Conditional clauses generally we will say conditional clauses. So for every conditional clause we have a structure. So that is why here V3 should be used in these type of sentences. So your flew is V2, this is V4 and this is did fly. So did plus V1 this is, but the answer we have to use is we have to use only V3. So that is why I have selected direct V3. Why? Because V3 should be used in the conditional cases. In that too, in a special case, I told you right, possible one structure will be there, probable one structure will be there, impossible also different structure will be there. So that is why here we have to use V3, had flown. Okay. Next one. He dash not oppose me. He dare not oppose me. Here also this is also a special case. Why? Because actually dares should not be used with negative sentence. So not is a negative, not K means it is a negative sentence. So for negative sentences we should not use yes with dare. Okay. So for dare we should not use yes if the sentence is negative. So that is why the answer is dare. He dare not oppose me. That is the answer. Next, don't disturb him. He dash on important letter. So don't disturb him. He dash on important letter. Will write, will be writing, is writing, writes. So is writing. Don't disturb him. He is writing an important letter. Okay. This is continuous. Writing an important letter. Don't disturb him. So some action is going on there. Some action is continuing there. Okay. So that is why is writing is the answer. Next. If I try to speak, yes, this is what I told just before. So this is impossible conditional clause. Okay, I told you right, possible, probable, impossible. So here, if I try to speak to her, actually he did not speak. It is just an imagination. if I try to speak to her, okay, she dash turned sound seriously. So would have turned seriously. Why? Because I already told you have turned V3. We have to use V3. Okay, have turned. This is V3. So that is why here directly we have to use would have turned. Okay, should or would should come in that condition. Okay, so would came instead of should or would, anything we can use. So would came and would plus V3. So obviously this is the answer. Here will turn, this is V1. Had turned, here would or should come, it did not come. Here would turn, would plus V1. So that is why all these options are wrong. Only the right option is would have turned. Okay, this is a impossible condition. If I tried to speak to her, she would have sound serious, and complete imagination only. There he did not speak, and there she would have turned. Means would have turned sound seriously means it is completely imagination. This case is not at all taken place only. Okay. Next. The child's eyes rounded with excellent. Parts of speech you have to select. So obviously rounded is verb only. So simple shortcut is most of the verbs end with ed. If the word ending with ed, then it is compulsory, it's a verb only in most of the cases, 99%. Why? Because in verbs we have generally regular verbs, irregular verbs. Okay, so regular verbs, irregular verbs. In that ed, see for example, talk is there, talked, talked. Like this you will have much list. For example, go is there, went is gone. So like this, so most of the verbs ends with ed. So that is why here this is a verb. Easily you can identify, very easy question. Okay, so that's it. So all the questions are completed. I think so this is a very nice question paper. Whoever have written this, it's a really a good attempt. Why? Because all the tough topics and the questions are also really complicated ones. So many special cases questions came and some complicated questions are there in this. I hope so you have got the correct answers for all the answers. So for all your questions you got the correct answers. So see you all next time. I wish you all the good luck. Thank you one and all.